With profound, humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 1 of 4.
Etc.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds. Heaven, Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Rancangan kami menawarkan banyak bahasa. Sila kunjungi suprememastertv.com/kehadapan-schedule.
Mind is energy, human body is energy. There is no duality between the two. So if you can really control your thoughts, if you can have good thoughts, your body does not suffer from any illness whatsoever.
Please stay with us to enjoy this illuminating Congress.
Vegan, tested positive for humane element.
Today's program will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Korean, Mongolian, Persian, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian. Përshëndetje, joyous viewers. Përshëndetje is hello in Albanian, one of the official languages of Kosovo. I am Bajram. The considerate people of Kosovo support all peaceful and kind actions. Let us walk together along the benevolent vegan path. Kosovo is nestled in the center of the Balkan region in Southeast Europe, and is a great place for travelers who hope to dive into the culture and history of the Balkans. The country is known for its people's benevolence and kindness. Visitors are often treated to free desserts or tours of the neighborhood by the welcoming locals. The medieval monuments in Kosovo are UNESCO World Heritage Sites consisting of 4 Serbian Orthodox Christian churches and monasteries. These include the 14th century Church of Our Lady of Jevis, the Gračanica Monastery, a beautiful example of medieval ecclesiastical architecture, the Patriarchate of Peći, built in the 13th century, and the 14th century Visoki Decani Monastery, which is known for its elegant and unique design and displays both Western and Eastern church architectural elements that blend into a particular hybrid style. With its rich diversity of plant and tree species, Kosovo is home to an array of animal people. There are an estimated 46 mammal people species and as many as 225 bird people species in the country, many with regional or global conservation significance. About 40% of the land is covered by forests, with oak trees in lower elevations and pines growing in the mountains. The mountainous border regions are home to many animal people, such as brown bears, Eurasian lynx, wildcats, gray wolves, foxes, chamois, roe deer, and red deer, all enriching the country's biodiversity. In December 2010, the first ever Middle East Vegetarian Congress was held at the Dubai International Exhibition Center, with the public invited to engage in an interactive exploration of the plant-based lifestyle, organized by the Middle East Veg Group, or MEVEG, supported by the Middle East Natural and Organic Product Expo 2010. and endorsed by the Dubai Health Authority of the United Arab Emirates. The event provided 2 days of seminars, workshops, and video telecasts with experts from around the world, along with rejuvenating veg cuisine. In addition, Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was specially invited to speak via live video link on being a vegan and environmentally sustainable food choice, followed by a question and answer session with attendees, and the launch of the Arabic edition of the international best-selling book, The Birds in My Life, which is already sold out pre-launch. The Birds in My Life was printed by United Printing and Publishing, a subsidiary of Abu Dhabi Media Company, or ADMC, owned by the government of Abu Dhabi.
Be veg, go green to save the planet. Yo!
We now invite you to join us for part 3 of the conference titled The First Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress, held in the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates on December 6, 2010, with Dr. B.M. Hedge, MD, vegetarian, cardiologist, professor of medicine, and author, who expounds on how the mind lives in every cell of our body.
Any questions, guys? Anybody? I thought Wafa, yes, please. Have a mic there, please. Thank you.
Can you go a little bit more in depth knowledge, micronutrients in the latest research?
It is coming within the other lectures, but each vegetables, each fruits have its own, of course, they are the main source of micronutrients, which are the minerals and vitamins. All the vegetables and fruits have a tremendous chain of vitamins and minerals when you take them. Of course, as I said, if we want to specify each one of them, I'm not going to take half an hour. I'm going to take the full, maybe not 2 days, 1 week, because they are the main source of our micronutrients, the vegetables and fruits. That's why we increase them. So if you want to protect yourself, you have to take them. But in case our today and tomorrow speakers, you have my card and I can answer anything in depth.
The micronutrients. Micronutrients.
Micronutrients are not available in dairy and other products.
Dairy products.
It's not available in dairy, meat and fish. They don't have this vegetable, this specialty that.
No. Now, micronutrients, which we talk about vitamins, and we are talking about minerals. Vitamins, which is the water-soluble vitamins and fat-soluble vitamins. Minerals, we have the minerals, and we have which is the sodium, potassium, magnesium, and we have the trace elements, which are the selenium. All these are very rich in vegetables and fruits. You always have to eat a balanced meal, and you have to have all the nutrients. And in vegetables, you have the micronutrients as well as the macronutrients like carbohydrates. So in each food, God created have its own benefit to your body. So we have to have it in a balanced way, accordingly to age, sex, exercise, activities, blah, blah, all these things. Thank you.
I think Wafa explained very well the portions that we need to eat. You know, at one of my trainings, my daughter came with me. We were staying in Doha, and she went for breakfast. And she said, Mom, I had a balanced diet. And I said, what did you have? She said, I had pancakes, which is carbohydrates, I had cream, and I put a cherry on the top. So I had my fruits for the morning and everything. That's how we think. We don't give the actual portions that our body needs. And I'll tell you something. My weight was about 72 kg about 2 years ago. Because problem to get the clothes that would fit me, especially formal clothes for my training. Sometimes I used to wear my husband's slacks because nothing else would fit me. And just by going into a vegan diet, actually, I lost so much weight. So going from size 14 to size 6 became so much easy once you start looking at your plate and seeing what I need to eat. Life is about choices, isn't it? Everything is a choice. For instance, your choice of coming to this Congress. Why are you here? What was the purpose? And all these speakers who are going to be here, I think everything happens for a reason, and they have a message for one of you that is going to really hit home and make you change in certain ways or bring a dramatic paradigm shift in your life, right? We are also awaiting the Minister of Health, because he will also be inaugurating the exhibition itself, and we have also welcomed him here as well. In the meanwhile, if I could request Dr. Hedge just to talk a little. Sandhya wanted you to just welcome everybody here and share something. Yes? I know your talk is going to be tomorrow, and we look forward to that, but if that could be.
Thank you, Jafar. Sophie. Pardon me for that bad pronunciation to begin with.
No worries.
You know, man can do three most difficult things in life, I believe. The first one is trying to climb a fence which is leaning towards you. Have you ever tried that? Not the one which is erect. Second one is trying to kiss a girl who is leaning away from you. But the third one, and the most difficult one, is trying to speak after brilliant speakers have spoken. That's where I am today. You know, Wafa's talk was so good that whatever I said now would be flat. But Sandhya is a very magnetic personality. When Sandhya says you have to talk something, I've got to talk something. Before I did that, let me just give you a small idea into human beings. We are talking here all about human beings, right? Gentleman here wanted to know micronutrients. Wafa here was giving us about macronutrients, fruits and vegetables and things like that. But all this is for what? At the end of the day, what's it that you want? You want to be happy, healthy, and live as long as you live? Is that right? Or is anyone here trying to live forever? Don't try that, because you'll never succeed. Death is the only certainty in life. All else is uncertain. Even this whole world is uncertain. Did you know that? The word meaning, the very word world in English language has no meaning. The original word is in German, which is called Werald. W-E-R-A-L-D. Werald simply means the thing that you see, the world as you see it. If you understand, it keeps on changing. And this is a beautiful thing. Now, I see all of you here, the distinguished audience, the interested audience. That's the most important thing. It's not the quantity that's important, but the quality. And I like this kind of audience who's very attentive. Second thing is, the most important thing is, supposing I close my eyes, you don't exist here. In short, the whole world exists because you're able to see that. In the old Indian concept, it is called Maya. It's just one of those illusions. And we think the world exists the way we do. People say, you must be a vegetarian. Someone else says, no, you can be a flexitarian, as Madam here was telling me this morning. Some people say, oh, I live only on meat, come what may. All this is right probably and also wrong. These reductionist ideas of looking at human being in the world from bits and pieces is something that we should not be doing if we want to really know what this world is all about. Let me give you a small snippet, take it home. It is not what you eat that kills you, it is what eats you that kills you. Did you understand that? I'll repeat that. It's not what you eat that kills you, it is what eats you that kills you. Your negative thoughts, remember that? And remember that every thought is a chemical, a powerful chemical. You may take a micronutrient, it may be a vitamin. But if you have a bad thought, it can destroy all that micronutrient. Let me tell you that. Every thought, where's your mind? Any answers for that? Where's the mind? Where's the mind? Never mind. Oh, that's very good. Our mistress of ceremony thinks the mind is here. That's a beautiful idea, isn't it? I wish the mind were there. I'll give you a story. Recently, there was a heart transplant done in London for a man who was dying, aged about 55, of intractable heart failure. Another man died on the road accident and he was fresh there and the heart was got. Luckily it matched and the heart was transplanted. Okay? You can say, okay, it was a very successful operation, because you all think, if you're not a doctor who has really gone into all these things, you will see, oh, transplant, future is all done, nobody need die. You can always get an organ and you can, people think human body is like a machine where you can do spare part surgery and you can take bits and pieces and put new ones there. Like, if your carburetor has gone in the car, you put a new carburetor, you think the car becomes new? No, human body is not like that. Human body is interdependent. We'll come back to that. But anyway, what happened to this man? You look. Man became alright. Of course, he was on heavy medication to suppress his immune system, otherwise the heart will be rejected. But the man couldn't sleep. He just couldn't sleep. And there was a noise coming whenever he tried to sleep. He says, kapikto, kapikto. And the man didn't understand what it was. So he was taken to the psychiatrist. And psychiatrists are pill pushers. So the minute he said, one pill. So you sleep off, he didn't sleep. Higher dose, he didn't sleep. To cut the long story short, he required anesthesia every night to sleep. He had to be anesthetized like a major surgery to sleep. But someone thought and said, let's go and look at the story of the man who gave you the heart. Okay? So they went back to the wife of the man whose heart was transplanted to this recipient. This wife, unfortunately, she's an exception. All wives are good, but this wife was a very bad one. She always used to fight with the husband. Almost every day they used to have a big fight, a real big fight, at the end of which they will agree to disagree. But the man was too good. The man who died was too good. And he always felt bad that his wife fought with him. At the end of the day, he would say kapikto, which in their lingo or language, or whatever you want to call it, meant I'm sorry. That day, when he died, he was driving, the wife was sitting in the front seat, and she was fighting. She was a real fighter. She was like Muhammad Ali, real fight. And she went on and on and on. The man got confused. He went and hit a huge big boulder and died on the spot. Now, here was the man who wanted to say kapikto to his wife, but couldn't do that, and he died. So that heart was keeping on saying that. So the man came here, a psychologist came and said, look, you go back to your heart's wife, your heart's owner's wife, not your wife, and tell her kapikto and it'll be all right. So he went there and with all sincerity he said, I'm sorry. And then the noise stopped and he lived ever after for a few more months or so before he died. All that I'm trying to tell you is, the mind is not in the head as most people think it is. Mind is in every cell of your body, every cell in your body. Remember that? Every cell in your body at the subatomic level. Mind is not matter. But if you say, oh, brain is matter. Brain is not the mind. What is matter? No matter, right? Immaterial, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Here was a nuclear scientist, the best in the world, who is the present president of the Max Planck Institute in Munich. His name is Hans Peter Dior. Hans was a nuclear scientist who started working with Albert Einstein, Niels Bohr, Werner Heisenberg, and now for the last 30 years he is the director of the Max Planck Institute, the best institute of physics in the world. And Hans tells you, I quote Hans now, he is 86 years old, still very young in the mind. He says, I have been a nuclear physicist looking at matter at its subtlest and subtlest level, which I've been doing for 55 long years. Lo and behold, now I have realized there is no matter at all. Did you understand that? In short, matter is the other face of energy. So mind is energy, human body is energy, and matter is energy. Energy is matter. E is equal to m. E is not equivalent to mc squared. No, E is equal to m, which Hans calls as a duality. There is no duality between the two. So if you can really control your thoughts, if you can have good thoughts, your body does not suffer from any illness whatsoever. Coming to your problem, madam. She said she had rheumatoid arthritis. Many of you may not know what rheumatoid arthritis is, but let me tell you the essence of it. It's just that your own body cells hate your own body cells and destroy them. Did you get that? Which we in our language in the medical school call as autoimmune disease. This was the fear that the originator of the immune complex theory, Paul Ehrlich, ever thought. He said, my God, if a day comes when body's own cells hate its own cells, what will happen to mankind? He said, horror autotoxicus has come to fruition in this kind of diseases. There are many of them. I'll give an extreme example of this disease, which is called...
Ladies and gentlemen, His Highness Hanif Hassan Ali, Minister of Health, will be opening the Middle East Natural Organic Expo, Middle 2010.
Do you know what I thought? I thought my time is up. Anyway, let's come back to this. The extreme degree of rheumatoid arthritis is called ankylosing spondylitis, where the joints literally fuse. Your spine fuses, and you can't move even a small little finger.
You have the power to turn it around. It's totally within your grasp. Read about detoxing and start today. Go vegan. You will never regret it. Brian Adams, vegan.
Courageous viewers, we appreciate your presence today for the first Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress on Words of Wisdom. Please join us tomorrow for part 4 of this fascinating conference. Coming up next is Lessons Learned from the Peaceful Karen Community, right after noteworthy news. May the Divine awaken all humans to the importance of going vegan for long-lasting peace on earth.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.